What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. If you noticed the past couple videos, I've been using a Telestrator. Because of the support you guys gave me last month, I just went ahead, purchased a lease for it for the full year. I actually started a training class on it today. I've got a maximum football video coming up with it later on. And I've also decided, if you haven't went over to my community tab, I'm going to revisit NFL 2K5 or All Pro Football 2K with it, which means obviously longer videos like this video. I know you guys love them, but I also need to know what you guys want to see. So go over to my community tab, vote on that video. Also, I mentioned it there last night, first time on YouTube I've ever had to do a promotional video or been asked to do a promotional video. Mean a lot to me. If you'd go back to the last video, it's a Webull desktop app review, and give it a like. And actually, in part of that promotion, Webull is doubling the free stocks they normally give you. Generally, they're valued over $8. You have to deposit $100 or more. But if you do it before October 15th, they'll actually give you 2 free stocks. I'll put a link down in the description. Obviously, if you followed my investing journey past couple years, you know my Robinhood platform got somebody a free share of Microsoft, which worth well over $200 right now. Obviously, the market pulled back a little bit, but you know Xbox sales are going to be a huge push for that Microsoft share. I'd love to see you guys get one of those higher end stocks. And I know there's a lot of uncertainty coming up in the market the next 3-4 months. You've been watching my channel. I've been slowly buying into Google and Amazon because I think you're going to have some really good buying points for these companies. And lastly, just to close this out, for those of you that follow my podcast, you might have even seen Jimmy Smith, my former co-host, return to ESPN and Sirius Radio full-time. So because of that, we declined to renew our syndication agreement. The show is going to be ending. And I did have an offer to go over to another MMA podcast. But, you know, at the end of the day, I've spent the last 6 years being involved with, you know, MMA promotions and camps. And I just thought it was time to move on from MMA and focus solely back on football. So with all that out of the way, I guess we're here to talk about the elephant in the room. And the longer this has went on, the more I've been irritated by it. And I've often thought to myself this was going to stop happening. The reality is Madden 21 is still free. I made these videos really 3 weeks ago at this point. And if you were to just go on YouTube right now and search Madden 21 free, this is exactly what you would see. Now, it's interesting to me when we talk about the concept of a free trial, because I think of it in a much broader scope, right? You're on my channel right now. You like football games. You watch football games. You probably buy football games. You probably rent football games. But if you weren't a football fan and you just looked over on the side here and you see Quavo and Derwin James, I actually prefer to it as a new error, not a new era, but it's all in wording, and Madden 21 The Yard trailer, to me that really speaks to and represents a casual fan, right? That's not selling X's and O's. That's selling, here's a musician playing a football player, here's us talking to you about an entire new game mode, and here's us selling a revitalized product to you. That doesn't really speak to simulation football the way my channel does. So the problem with this is the free trial exposed the game to a lot of people, which, you know, can be good and can be bad. But the reality is, in good faith, someone very well could have deleted the trial on the 13th and said, you know, I'm done with this game, right? And that would be acceptable. But they wouldn't have known the game would have continued on free of charge. But to me, the people most hurt by this were, in part, the ones that pre-ordered, because they are the ones that make a financial commitment to the game, that put their faith and trust in EA delivering a quality product. And to be fair, yes, they do get some type of promotional or benefit from it, whether it's additional cards or packs or a pre-order bonus. But also, if we're going to be fair, a lot of those weren't fulfilled. Most of them were, okay? But some of them weren't. I still know people right now that show me they don't have their pre-order bonus, which is unquestionably wrong at this point. Not only did they need to get whatever they bought, because at that point it's what they're promised, but probably something on top of that simply to make it right. So with those things said, the other person that really got impacted by this unknowingly is the person that's bought the game since then. What if you played the free trial and enjoyed the game? What if you thought it was the best yard game you've ever played? What if you couldn't wait to play another game against, I don't know, Quavo or DJ Khaled and said, I have to buy this game right now? Those people were such taken advantage of because they had no way of knowing the game would continue to be free. But to me, those aren't the ones that got taken advantage of the most, ironically. The ones that got taken advantage of the most are the ones that actually purchased a physical copy of this game. So put yourself in this person's position. And I think a lot of these people would probably be children or parents at a time where, we probably don't need to have parents wasting money on video games given the state of our economy, more so when they're available for free because a gaming company can't seem to shut them off. Let's say somebody went out and purchased Madden 21 physical copy on September 15th. They would have had no concept that the game was not only free, but continued to be free based on a trial weekend. I actually spoke negatively of the trial weekend when it started. I thought that it was very much too soon for them to diminish the value of their game by giving it away for free, even for a short period of time. I offered that I felt that it was done in a way to drum up sales for Ultimate Team and to drum up sales for the yard, and hoping that people would purchase things through a microtransaction and then feel compelled because they had purchased something externally for the game, right? Whether it's cleats or shoes or cards, and then feel compelled to actually purchase the game so they could continue to get value out of what they did. Let's be honest, EA did this as a business decision, right? They sat there and weighed the pros, they weighed the cons, and they decided the best thing that they could do to increase their revenue was to put the game out for free for a handful of days. There's no debating that. No one sat back at EA and said, we're going to lose money if we do this, let's do it now. We can all joke about how horrible of a company they are or how poor of a game they make, but they certainly don't do things that cost them money that often. So there had to be some type of logic behind this. That same logic, though, also needs to extend to when it doesn't get ceased. To me, the fact that they had to patch this game, not only for the free trial, but multiple times after and not shut it off, tells me a couple things. Number one, they don't care about us as a customer, right? They don't care if you paid for their game and they're giving it to someone for free. All they care about is the transactions they make. And secondly, they don't care about giving you the best product. If they cared about giving you the best product, the number one priority would be to stop giving their product away for free and show their product has a value that needs to be paid in order for you to enjoy it. The free trial should have done nothing other than show people this game is absolutely worth whatever price they put on it. Whether it's the full price, whether it's the discounted price, however they want to go about it, the trial should have left no doubt, even to those who questioned it, that this game is a AAA title made with compassion, care, and quality, and this is a game worthy of my purchase to put in my library. And I think we've learned, if nothing else, the game has continuously proven time after time after time, year after year, copy and paste game after copy and paste game, that's just not the case. And it shows itself in the smallest of details. There's 2 years in a row now where they haven't actually removed the prior year's game from the assets in the practice mode. That only happens if you don't care. They have fixed it, actually. They didn't credit anyone, but they have fixed it both years. I'm pretty sure I'm one of, if not the first one that showed people last year. This year I had someone show me, and I was the first main channel to bring it up, and then Angry Joe showed my clip, and obviously they had no choice to address it, but they never seemed to actually thank me for my contributions to fixing their game. But I think one of the things they do need to fix is this game being made for free. They need to address with the community why this continued to happen. And anyone that has purchased this game from September 13th on and can prove it, whether it's online or in a store, needs to have some type of compensation, because it's clear EA did not value your dollar the same way you did. And that's something that should not happen with any company, in any field, any marketplace. EA knew what they did the entire time this was done, and they've taken advantage of potentially hundreds of thousands of customers in the process. And that goes far beyond just making a poor football game. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. You know I will be back in a week with more commentary.